Thanks for live.
We'll just give everyone a couple of seconds to join in. Thank you very much for your patience. It's very nice to see some new names and also some familiar names coming through from the competition in previous years. So thank you very much for joining us today. Just to mention that we are going to be recording the session, so we'll send this out after the call for any bits that you may have missed or to rewatch if you'd like to. So next slide, please, Bethany. So again, a nice big welcome to you all. And then on the next slide, please, Bethany, there is some photos of the people that are going to be here presenting to you today. So my name is Louise Gordon. I'm the Senior Events and Strategic Partnership Manager for Nestlé Professional, and I look after the Toque competition. So I'm going to start with an introduction to the competition. And then following that, last year's front of house winner Katie is going to take us through her top tips. And our back of house finalist Olivia is going to share her experience of the competition from a back of house side as well. We are then going to hear from our esteemed judges. We have Paul, Amelia and Joe, and they're going to take you through the challenges today as well. So then, so finally, at the end, we are going to open the floor for questions from you all as well. So if you wouldn't mind saving those to the end, that would be great. So next slide, please, Bethany. So as I'm sure some of you might be aware, Nestlé have got a global commitment to support youth employment. And at Nestlé Professional, so the particular division of Nestlé that we work within, we are particularly focused on fostering employment opportunities within the hospitality sector. So this is where Toque comes in. So we believe, and I'm sure that you all do as well, that the industry offers incredible career prospects, and we're really, really proud to be part of it. All of us here on the call have been in the industry for quite some time, and I'm sure we can talk at length for a number of hours, most probably, about the wonderful experiences that we've all had in our careers in hospitality. So Nestlé Professional UK has been hosting the Toque competition for 38 years. So 2026 is going to be our 38th competition, which is very exciting, and we like to think that it's got a really great reputation within the competition arena. So over the years, the competition has evolved significantly. Initially, it was just for back of house competitors, but we've recognised the importance of front of house roles and expanded the competition to ensure that we deliver a really engaging competition for front of house students as well. We also think that that front of house and back of house need to function as a cohesive team, so one dream team, understanding and supporting each other. So that's why we hold the competition together. I'd also at the moment like to take a moment to acknowledge all of the support that we have for this competition and have done over the years from our partners and in particular previous students that have entered, and also all of the lecturers that have put their students forward for this great competition and kind of supported them all the way through. This competition would not be anything like it is today without all of your support. So we really appreciate it and your commitment to the next generation of hospitality professionals. So thank you. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just very briefly go through the timeline of the competition. So Beth, if you wouldn't mind flicking through to the next slide, thank you. So as I'm sure you're all aware, lecturers have been asked to register their students, and we've closed that phase now. We closed it the other week on the 15th of Jan, and we're pleased to announce we have 377 students registered for the 2026 competition. Now comes the hard bit, getting all of those wonderful products that we've sent to you, those entry products, the espresso concentrate, the Maggi coconut milk, Maggi demi-glace and the Maggi Rich Mustic, and cooking up your dishes and creating your coffees. Please let me know if you haven't received your entry products. They should all be with you. but please do let me know either on the email address that's shown on the screen at the moment or in the chat. But I'm hoping that everybody has their ingredients and they are raring to go. So students, I'm sure there's quite a few of you on the call today really keen to hear about how you can elevate your dishes and your coffees to really stand out in the competition. You have between now and Friday the 13th of February to submit your entry online. So we have simplified the process ever so slightly this year, and there won't be a video submission. However, please make sure that you submit all of your documentation. Really go through and look at the documents on the website and make sure you understand the brief, what's required of you, and make sure you upload all of those documents. So we're going to judge all of the entries. You do not need to be 18 to take part in this initial stage. However, only students aged between 18 and 25 as of the March the 10th will be able to progress through to the heats, I'm afraid. We do, however, have prizes for student entries that are outside of this age bracket, so please do enter and do encourage other students to have a go. As I've mentioned, we have quite a vast experience of judges within our competition, and we will be judging each of the entries on specific criteria. There will then be 48 students that will be contacted and progress to the heats. That's 24 front of house and 24 back of house. So communication of those progressing to the heats is going to be posted to our Instagram channel primarily, and then lecturers and students will get an email as well. We will aim to do that by the 25th of February. Okay, so these are the kind of dates to just bear in mind throughout. And then our event agency, which is called YES, will then be in touch to organise travel, packing lists, all of those logistical arrangements. You do not have to worry about kind of paying for anything. We will organise travel, accommodation and things as well. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the heat part of the competition, this year they will be taking place in York between the 9th and the 12th of March. So on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they'll be in the Grand Hotel in York and the Nestle Product Technology Centre. So the heats do take place over 4 days. However, we run 2 sessions. So you will be asked, if you are successful to come to the heats, to come on either day 1 and day 2, so the Monday, Tuesday, or 3 and 4, the Wednesday, Thursday. And we will invite you to tell us if there's a particularly convenient day, or we will just pop you in those groups, and we will communicate all of this to you as well. So day 1 is a bit of learning about Nestle, really. You'll have a brief conversation with some of our talent team, learn a bit about the business, and then we all have a big group dinner together. You get to talk to some of our judges, hear about how we've entered the hospitality industry, kind of what we love about it, why we're still here, how we've kind of pivoted through different roles within our careers. And then on day 2, this is where you go into your natural habitat and you go into kitchens and front of house areas and you cook for some guests. So we will be kind of assessing you throughout the whole of the heats, but primarily on kind of day 2 and what you are creating within that kitchen and service environment. Your lecturers will be with you as well, so just to bear that in mind. Although, however, I'm afraid lecturers, you won't be able to come into the kitchen and shout encouraging words at your students. We will keep you in a separate area, make sure you're fed and watered and things, and so your students can kind of fully concentrate on excelling and shining and showing their talents and their skills. So that is the heats, and I know that some of the lecturers on the call will be quite keen to ensure that we organise the risk assessment fairly shortly. So I am organising that currently, and I'll have that nice and early for you because I know that that's quite important for some of you to be able to submit. So that's the heat. After the heats, we will communicate those students, those competitors progressing to the finals. Again, we will be doing that via our social media channels primarily and via email. And we are aiming to do that by the 20th of March, if not before. So on to the finals. This is for 12 students, 6 back of house, 6 front of house. And they take place from Sunday the 10th of May until Thursday the 14th of May. This is only for the finalists, though, I'm afraid. No lecturers for the finals, just the competitors. We will arrive on Sunday, an undisclosed location. I'm not going to give away too much at the moment. And challenges start on the Monday. Again, all logistics are organised by our event management company, so they will do travel for you, all of your food will be organised for you, paid for, etc., etc. So you just need yourselves and your whites, your knives, and maybe a few other little bits and pieces, but don't worry, we will communicate that in due course. Then on to the awards. So all of the finalists, so all 12, will come to London on the 12th of June. So that's another date to bear in mind, with their lecturers. And we have an incredible event across lunchtime where we then announce the winners of the Toque competition 2026. It's a great opportunity to really show what you've been doing across the course of the competition, and there'll be about 200 kind of industry leaders and judges from the competition there as well, so it's a really lovely thing to be part of. And then for the 2 lucky winners, so 1 front of house and 1 back of house, there will be a winner's trip, which I'm sure that you have seen and can see from the wonderful background will be taking place in Scandinavia. Please ensure you have a valid passport. We can help with this if required. And please keep the first full week of July free. I have heard quite a few students say, oh, I didn't think it was me, so I never thought it would be me. I don't think I'll get that far, and I booked a holiday and not been able to come and things. So please, if you're entering the competition, try and kind of earmark those dates, especially as you get further through to the heats, for example, and the finals. Please do try and keep those dates free if possible. It's going to be an incredible trip to Scandinavia. The winners will delve deeper into international gastronomy. There's going to be amazing, insightful activities, enjoyable experiences. There will be no challenges during the winners' trip. It's just fun and a really great experience to see how that particular region cooks and serves food, and it's really known as one of the best in the world. So I am really pleased to announce that due to a very generous grant from the Savoy Educational Trust, who have been supporting us for a number of years, there will be prizes for colleges whose students get through to the heats, to the finals, and whose students win the competition. So it's going to be very similar to last year. And that will be Russell's vouchers for everybody, so you can really buy some great new things for your colleges. So I think that's a kind of whistle-stop tour through the competition as a whole. I hope that it's given those that may not have entered previously a good understanding of the competition. Please do send me any emails at the email address on the screen, or put any questions in the chat, or there will be opportunity at the end to ask questions. So lots of ways that you can get in touch and ask questions, because ultimately we just want to support you through this great competition and ensure that you learn lots of new things and have some really great experiences. Now, I'm hoping that that Katie might be on the line, but I know that she's at work today, so I think she's had some problems kind of joining, and I know that she's really busy. So if she's not on the call, I think I'll hand over to Olivia, and then Katie might pop up later. Are you there, Katie?
Can you hear me?
Hi. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. So everybody, this is Katie. She was our front of house winner last year and did incredibly well. Was a real standout competitor. So over to Katie.
I'm Katie. I was from Hubert College. I entered the competition because my college really boosted me to enter. I never thought that I'd want to enter. Was never really interested in it, never really seeing what would happen. When I did enter, it was probably one of the best things that I did throughout the whole of the college experience. I met some incredible people and really learned so much. It was quite challenging because I really do struggle with confidence, and it was completely out my comfort zone to enter a competition like this. But I definitely learned that you don't have to be perfect at what you do. You just have to be able to get past the small mistakes that everyone does make. The competition highlights was definitely meeting some of lifelong friends, for example, live on the phone. um, and I think it's just incredible. You never expect to make friendships like that. I know when we entered this call last year, we all thought like there's no way that you're actually going to make bonds like that, but you really do because they are your support throughout the whole competition. And my top tips are just be yourself. At the end of the day, you enter because you know you're able to. Your college believes in you, you need to believe in yourself, and every step that you get through is just evidence of what you can do.
You, Katie, and you were great throughout the whole competition as well. I think, we saw your confidence really grow and your kind of resilience come through. So yeah, you were brilliant throughout. So fabulous. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Olivia was one of our back of house finalists, did an incredible job throughout the entire competition. Again, calm and resilient. And, whenever we were walking into the kitchen, she just had this great big smile on her face and looked like she was really enjoying it. So let's hear from Olivia. Thank you.
Hi, I entered the competition firstly from a lecturer, but when I started my journey in the hospitality industry, I set myself a goal to never turn down any opportunities, and I think that's a really great mindset to have. So I entered in 2024, but I was only 17 at the time, so I got the prize for the under 18s, which just left me really wanting to apply again and just to push myself. The thing that I've probably found most challenging was not knowing what to expect. I think I'm quite an organised person. I like to have a plan of what I'm going to do, but you learn to just embrace not knowing and just enjoy that, the surprise as well. I learnt most probably as well to be more confident and just trust the process. I mean, I remember walking in and seeing the larder of ingredients, and I'd never seen half of them, never mind cook with them. So for me, again, the highlights were just trying new things, and also we were able to cook for the NHS. That was really cool, which also led us to being able to go to the NHS every year as well. So it opens up just more opportunities. And then my top tips would probably be to trust your gut. Your first idea is often your best one. And also talk to as many people as you can. Like Katie said, we've made some amazing friendships. I mean, me and Katie went to Paris in the summer. I would have never expected that at all. And bring a notepad and pen. I feel like you don't think of that, but you're going to learn so much and you're definitely not going to remember it all. So bring a notepad and pen and just give yourself the best opportunity that you can. Don't be shy. Just speak to as many people. And that's about it, really.
Amazing. Thanks, Olivia. And actually, saying that you were nervous going in and not knowing what to expect, at no point did I think, I think Olivia's a bit shaken by something. You just went in, were like, right, what's going on? What's next? What am I going to do today? So well done. You were incredible. Good, thank you. So now I believe we are going to hand over to Jo, who's going to take us through the front of house entry task.
Hi everybody. Thanks girls. It's great to see you again, and these guys were fantastic last year. I can vouch for them. But hi, my name's Jo. I'm one of the front of house judges, so thank you so much for joining us today. Amelia and I will share the details of the front of house entry task just now and some little top tips as well. So we'd like all the students to start off by imagining that they're creating an iced coffee drink that they could perhaps sell in a college coffee shop or restaurant. And we want them to do that by using the Nescafe espresso concentrate that you've all been sent. So this coffee should be inspired by the theme of this year's competition, and that is embracing cultural fusion, diversity and innovation in the hospitality industry. It's a right mouthful. I have to write that down. But yeah, really thinking about what inspires them culturally, or innovation within the industry as well. So this could be a coffee where the flavors or presentation are inspired by their favorite cuisine, for example, Indian cuisine, English cuisine, Scottish cuisine, etc., etc. Or it could be inspired by a particular hospitality leader that they admire within the industry, for example. So for this part of the task, we need the guys to include a photo of their coffee creation, served in a glassware of their choice, so that we can really see that drink clearly. We need a photo of the mise en place for their coffee, so just making sure that they've got all of their ingredients in that picture. And also provide a written recipe sheet for the coffee creation. So this should include obviously all the ingredients with weights and measures, and obviously their method of creating, of how to make the drink. Just a couple of top tips. So just thinking about flavor profile, what is inspiring them to create this drink? Are they experimenting with different spices, etc.? Innovation wise, so they could try out different milk varieties, they could try out dairy alternatives. Glassware, they could really think about presentation and making sure that they've chosen something that goes with what they're making, and just making sure that all the photographs are really clear, because we won't have the videos this year. It's really nice to be able to see their personality within these photographs. So yes, over to Amelia for the second part of the task.
Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here and yes, see the girls. Can't believe that almost a year is gone that we've seen each other last time. So I will be talking about the sort of second part of the entry task. So what we would like all the students to do, we would like them to submit a written article, and we want to see in that article 4 parts. So first of all, a photo of the student with their coffee creation. Second part would be a few lines around why are they excited to take part in this year's Toque competition. We would also like to obviously see the name of the coffee, the inspiration behind it, and also how they would describe the coffee on a restaurant or coffee shop menu. And also, actually, it would be very nice to hear from them why they want to join, or why they want to be part of the hospitality industry. I can really just mirror the top tips that Joe already said. Sometimes, I always say sometimes less is more. So we've seen in the past some crazy photos with so much going on that we really didn't know what to focus on. So that's why I think it's quite nice if the photo is clean, it has nice background, but just plain and nothing too crazy, nothing that takes our attention away from the actual most important part of the photo. So yeah, and as we don't have the videos, it would be great to see the personality of the student shining through the photos. So that would be definitely a top tip. And yeah, what I forgot to add, students can use any format they like. So they can use Word, PowerPoint, Canva to submit their articles. So that's absolutely up to them what platform they would like to use. And yeah, I think that's all from me.
Thank you, ladies. And just to mention as well, there is a great video on our website and also on our YouTube channel where they've both put incredible coffees together. I can vouch for them, it looked amazing. And so it's a good place to go for a bit of inspiration if you're stuck with some ideas. Thank you. So now on to the back of house entry task that will be spoken through by Paul.
Hello everyone, I'm Paul. I'm development chef for Nestlé Professional, and I'll take you through the back of house task. So a bit like the front of house. So we want you to imagine creating a dish that you're going to sell in your college restaurant. And that's inspired by the theme of the competition, which Joe said it is a mouthful, and it is embracing cultural fusion, diversity and innovation within the hospitality industry. So what does this mean? This could be a dish that your area is famous for, where you live or where your college is, your favourite cuisine, whether it's Korean, English, Filipino. We'll leave that up to you. A family recipe that's been passed down through generations, or a dish that's inspired by a chef that you admire that creates innovative dishes. So it's about you being creative. Like Lou said, your college received some of the Maggi ingredients. You must use one of those. So you've either got the Maggi coconut milk powder, the Maggi demi-glace, or the Maggi rich and rustic. You can use one, you can use two, you can use all three. It's up to you. But just remember, these are ingredients, so you don't just have to use them as they are. Be creative. That's what we're looking for. We also want you to include a photo of your finished dish on a plate, a photo of your mise en place that's got all your ingredients in, and a written recipe sheet for your created dish with the ingredients and weights and a method. And just like the front of house task, it's a part 2. So what we would like you to do is submit a written article about you and your dish. And that needs to include, like Joe said, a photo of yourself and the dish, why you're excited about taking part in Toque 2026, a name of your dish and the inspiration behind it, and how it would be described on a restaurant menu, and why you want to be a part of the hospitality industry. And again, you can use any medium there, PowerPoint, Word, Canva, or any platform you prefer. And just the top tips, we're looking for your creativity, your innovation here. This is your chance to put your personality across to us as judges. And really, it's about having fun and really embracing the theme of the competition this year. So good luck, and hopefully I'll see you at the heats.
Cool. Just to mention as well, he did a wonderful video that is on the website and is on YouTube of a roast chicken dish, which tasted and smelled absolutely unbelievable. It was lovely. It was really, really nice. Great lunch that day. Well, thank you very much to our judges and our previous competitors. This kind of comes to the end of telling you about the sort of entry tasks and this stage of the competition. Has anybody got any questions? I've also added the email address there, just in case anybody was a bit nervous about talking now and might be thinking about questions to ask later on. At all. Okay, well, thank you all very much for your time. Do get in touch if you do have questions or queries. Have a look on the website, watch the videos. We'll pop this one on as well, because then you can rewatch it if you want to, if there was any bits that you missed. And we really look forward to seeing all of your entries. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, good luck.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.